Welcome into Hardly Huddled today, everybody. I'm your host, Nate, your host, Jay. Today we're joined by Big Man Corebone and Snooze. We're going to be talking, just news stuff, um, basic news stuff. And then we're going to actually try to get into we're going to start some divisional breakdown stuff for the next few episodes. Today we're going to do the AFC North. We'll start there. And we'll kind of work our way around the league. Just, something to stir up some conversation and everything. Yeah. But how you doing today, guys?
Beautiful,
Do-
beautiful, man.
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Cool.
Good to get in. Good to get into it here. You know.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
glad
it's
to
actually
be filming.
like behind the scenes. It's been I don't know, maybe a week and a half since we had recorded a real episode. So some of this news might be a little bit old, but we're just gonna kind of shoot our thoughts out on it real quick, and there's gonna be a lot of stuff anyway. So I just jotted some stuff down. Maybe we fire through that, and then just kind of get you guys' general thoughts.
I'm ready to shoot my thoughts all over these questions.
Oh. All right. So, big news of the day today, when we're recording, June 10th. Mahomes reaches a little bit of an extension. I think some of that money was already there, but they moved some money around. $500 million. What do you guys think? Worth the money? I mean, is he that good that he's worth $500 million?
I don't know if it's a thought of skill. I think it's a thought of he's earned the right to make that much money at this point. I think he's been on a decline, but I think it's a lot to do with his receivers. I mean, they've obviously taken a hit over the last few years. You know, after losing Tyreek Hill, you can obviously see some kind of dip in production there. But I think he's just earned.
Right, it's kind of like rewarding him for doing a lot with a little kind of thing.
Yeah,
he's
and
still very good. Before he got injured last
really
year, his fantasy points per game, he was like second or something points per game before the injury. So he was having a bit of a resurgence before he got hurt, to be honest.
I agree. That's the thing. I don't think he's not, again, like you said, I almost think it's like that, he's just that good where any team would want him. I don't know. He's one of those guys. I think it ends up being, why not make him the highest paid? He's, the next guy in line to be maybe historically, at least playing right now, the best quarterback in the league to me.
Yep.
And he's well-rounded and all that stuff.
Yeah. He's just a solid quarterback all around. You can rely on
crazy.
Him to perform.
I mean, looking at his stats, 2020, 4,740 yards, 21, 4,800 yards, 2022, 5,200 yards, 2023, 4,100, 2024, 3,900, then last year, obviously, he had a lot of injuries, but 3,500.
It's consistent. He's always good. He's always going to be up there. And he runs around enough. He's one of those quarterbacks, you talk about Lamar, you talk about Josh Allen, guys that are super mobile. I think he's very mobile, but when that starts to fall off and he's just kind of scrambling for first downs, I don't know that his production falls off as hard as maybe some of those other guys as well.
I don't think he's going to be doing those fucking little squeaking out extra 1 or 2 yards by pretending to. I don't think he's going to be doing that shit on the sidelines anymore.
Yeah, that's a death wish.
That injury probably takes away.
Yeah.
The fuck around twice and find out.
Yeah, exactly.
Of that.
Yeah,
because he was really good at that before, pretending like he's going out of bounds, but not actually, so he can.
And then gets an extra, sometimes almost 10 yards. He's tiptoeing along the sideline.
It's because people don't want to hit him because they're afraid of the fucking late hit.
It's a big fine flag. Too. I don't know exactly how much. I want to say $15,000. I guess they're making millions of dollars, but dude, to write a check for $15,000 is never fun.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, Brandon Ayuk was issued an arrest warrant for he sped past I think it's Levi Stadium, right? So what they call it.
Yep.
Speeding past Levi Stadium, recording or whatever. I think he's just very upset with the team. I think he's trying to work his way out of town, and he's doing a very good job at it.
Well, he's dumb because I heard this today, so that someone's take it was Davis Manic, but he just needs to show up, and then they're on the hook for his salary and stuff, right?
Right.
So if he doesn't show up, right, they don't
Right.
have to deal with trading him.
Yeah.
They're hoping he doesn't at this
Yeah, right.
point.
Like, so the more
It helps them a
he
lot.
does this dumb shit and doesn't show up, like, right, the more they can wash their hands of him, and he's not going to get traded. Like, he has to show up, basically.
Right.
And
Yeah, I
it'll
wonder.
force their hand.
I don't know exactly how it works, but I wonder how much of that, like you said, they're on the hook for his salary, but I wonder how much of that is like in his mind. He's like, if I just piss them off, they'll release me instead of they're probably trying to trade me right now, and then I don't have the choice of where I want to go as a destination.
That's the
I don't
thing,
know.
though. If he doesn't show up, they're not on the hook for his salary because he's not right. He's not fulfilling his contract. It's only in case of an injury. Do they
Right, he has to at least go. He could hold in and be an asshole while he's there, but like just like
not showing up. They don't have to pay
he's
him.
not
Right,
showing
he's not
up.
working.
He's doing criminal activities, and then apparently I didn't see any of it, but I saw on ESPN that like he's like firing shots at them, not verbally, not physically. But
he's making nonsensical videos on Instagram
just doing
Reels,
crazy,
and it's like it's Antonio Brown-esque at a smaller scale.
It's really brave of him to do that too, because like he didn't play at all last year because of his ACL tear, right?
Yeah.
In 2024
at all.
So like he hasn't played in getting closer to 2 years.
You must be very confident in your skills or very delusional.
yeah, either or.
There was a time he was really fucking good though. Like he came out and just like started popping off at the start of the season.
I was looking at 2023.
And it really surprised me.
I was looking at 2023. He had 1,300 yards and 7 touchdowns. It's a really good year for a
great year. Yeah. He was kind of like their man beater from what I understand, or like what I remember.
You would think in that situation, you're coming back from a big injury. You're coming back to a team that wants you back after all that, and missing a whole year on top of that. A lot of teams kind of start looking downwards at you. So
I don't think they want him back anymore. I think that ship sailed.
Well, after this, now probably not. But you would think you would be in all the mindset to be like, "Hey, I want to show out. I want to be good. I want to be on a team."
You know? And right before he got hurt, he had signed a contract with them, like an extension that he wanted, and then he got it. Because I remember the Patriots were like considering signing him and somebody else, and then he like went back to the 49ers and signed like the deal that he wanted. And you're like, well, so why are you so pissed off? What happened?
4 years, $120 million.
Yeah, who knows? 2024. I mean, he doesn't seem like a reasonable fella based on
everything at this point. Seen,
he's
just saying crazy
he's not
things.
One of the bright guys.
So who knows?
But, I mean, along those lines, guys getting rewarded. So we have Christian Watson, 4 years, $110 million. Drake London, 4 years, $140 million. And then Nico Collins had $9 million added to his, just flat out $9 million added to his salary this year and $8 million added for next year. So, I mean, these guys are getting paid. And so maybe that has something to do with Ayuk being like, I'm underpaid now. But, I mean, you haven't done anything. And these guys have been, staples in their, well, I guess maybe not Christian Watson. He's been kind of hurt most of the time. But.
Yeah.
I like to see that they paid Stroud. I didn't hear about that until literally just now.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
I saw they took care of him. What did they do for him?
I don't know. I mean, whatever you just said, obviously
it was
crazy.
Nico Collins, not Stroud. Right, that's what you just said.
Yeah, Collins. They just added money onto his deal. They didn't extend him. They just added money on.
Gave him a raise.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
I think I said Stroud on accident. I meant Nico. Okay. I'm glad to see they took care of him because what I was getting at is I think that Stroud takes a big step forward.
Yeah, and he needs
this year. I mean, hopefully,
I really hope so.
Comes back and helps him out. Because if not, dude, I'm
without
pretty low on Stroud. To be honest.
Without Dell, I think
Jerm.
The O-line, I think they did add some stuff. I think David Montgomery there running the ball should help them a little bit.
That's what I think with them being a defensive powerhouse, that's probably going to continue. They're just going to want to pound the rock a lot. Monty's going to get crazy volume. They're just going to play off the defense and let Monty pound it down their throats.
Yeah.
What about? Do you think Woody gets any work?
If Monty gets hurt, but I don't. I heard some coach speak where they're like, Yeah, Monty was like basically a massive improvement on our running back room, meaning they had a low opinion of their running back room before they had him.
Yeah,
which
it kind of
includes Woody
felt like that
Marks.
too. Like, and this could be just be me remembering this weird, but I feel like towards the end of the year last year, Woody Marks kind of got faded. He was maybe hurt and kind of in and out, and they tried to work a bunch of different. Like, they even brought what was the running back they had that they were Pierce. They were
Well, they
even
had
running
Nick Pierce.
Damian
they had
Pierce
Nick
again. Like,
Chubb,
it was kind of
too.
like it kind of made you a little nervous that Woody Marks, like maybe fresh season, fresh legs off the injury, like, brand new shot at it. Maybe he,
Yeah,
can
I
be a
mean,
good number two.
it'd be one thing if Monty couldn't catch balls, and I'd be like, yeah, maybe they'll work Woody in for some pass catching work. But Monty's shown he's pretty good at catching. He did it a decent amount on Detroit, so I
I
think he
wonder.
could be a bell cow.
Yeah, I wonder what his.
I'm looking for his receiving right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I wonder how many receiving yards he had, because I mean, I remember like Gibbs out being like almost his only way onto the field for a little while.
His receiving,
It's just
he doesn't get a lot, but he gets enough. I
last
guess.
year specifically, they just moved to Gibbs more than. But Monty
His
can catch balls. Is my
his
point.
2024 season, which was like his last good season, he had 341 yards receiving.
Okay, yeah, so
That's what I'm saying. Like he's good enough at catching that they don't need to switch out a worse back for it. That's
for just third down. Yeah,
he
totally
did not
fair.
have a receiving touchdown with the Lions though. The whole time he was with Lions.
Yeah, because at the goal line they would just punch it in with them.
Yeah, I know.
They're running it right up the gut.
Yeah,
fair enough. Yeah, and I think in Chicago, Monty, like, his first time in the league, he was like catching the ball a little bit too.
I think he improved on Detroit. Like he definitely I think it's top. He actually got better at breaking long runs. I mean, obviously some of that was the O-line, but
right, and fresher legs because you're mixing it up a little.
That's what scares me is I think the O-line has so much to do with how well.
Yeah, I mean, he was good on
run
Chicago,
the ball.
too.
Yeah, no, he definitely had moments of explosive runs on Chicago, but it was like I go back to Miles Sanders on the Eagles, and then he goes to the Panthers, and he's just dust.
Yeah,
I think your O-line is just what makes your running back.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, and I think Houston has improved a little bit in the run blocking department. I think that was something I saw.
I'm not sure. I mean, I remember in the beginning of the offseason they got rid of somebody, but it was like I think a depth piece, and then they got some guys. So I would imagine they're going to be about the same as they were last year.
They got rid of Juice Scruggs to us for Monty.
Oh, very nice.
I think Jaden Higgins could be something this year.
Yeah, I like him too.
I was just looking at stats between Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs has almost as much receiving yards in his 3 years he's played than Monty's had in his whole career.
Jeez.
Of 9 years now, or 8 years.
Yeah, that's because Gibbs could house 60-yard dump off to the house.
Yeah, Gibbs is. I mean,
like
I don't
maybe
think it's
the most explosive
between.
I mean, I think he's the best running back in the league, in my opinion.
He's now.
That's a little bit of a homer thing, but the only one you can really compare is Bijan at this point.
On drafts, he's fucking 1-1 in a lot of places now. Because I did a draft on Underdog yesterday, and he's 1-1 now.
But you don't. So do you think that? Sorry, I'm derailing us a little bit.
You're fine.
Do you think that if Bijan were on the Lions, like you would miss Gibbs? Like, do you think? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like on the team, you'd rather have Gibbs or you'd rather have Bijan on the Lions?
It's kind of hard to tell because it's hard to tell because they're both really, really good. But we like Gibbs a lot more now because he's been on the team. So it's like,
right. Because I think to me, Gibbs is like higher upside receiving and he's faster, I think, just straight line faster. So when he gets to the outside, he can take off. I think Bijan, like you can run him up the middle.
Highlights, dude.
Yeah, I think you can run Bijan up the middle. You can run him off top. Like you can do a lot of stuff with him. Whereas Gibbs, you kind of want to get him out in space more if you can.
See, that's what everyone was saying. Like, I think it was 2 years ago we had our season, and everyone's like, "Well, you guys lost center. Are the Lions going to be good anymore?" That season that we lost our center, we we ran Gibbs up the middle more than we did Monty that year.
Yeah,
like
no,
Gibbs can do it up the gut as well.
Yeah,
I mean, again, it goes back to the line. How big are your holes? Are your guys generating those big pockets for them to hit?
Yeah, and again, obviously we don't know, but like if you gave Bijan that same offensive line, is he just torching the league, or is it about the same, right, as what he's doing now or what Gibbs is doing?
I think it would be about the same personally.
Yeah, I think
it has what Gibbs is doing. Yeah.
Let me ask you, because it's going to be a skewed for all three of us. If you had to choose for, say, one of those two were going to the Patriots, which one would you want on?
To be fair, I just want to be completely honest. I don't watch a lot of Bijan play. I've seen Gibbs play a little bit more just because, I watch the Lions a little more just because you guys are into the Lions more. So I've seen Gibbs a little bit more, and like his explosiveness and his ability to, like, when he gets past that first level, he can just, guys will have an angle and he just runs right past the angle.
Yeah. That's why I like him.
I'm sure Bijan can do a similar thing. I just, aside from like people saying how good he is and seeing highlights and stuff, I'm not like, okay, he's averaging up per carry, he's averaging more. And so I'd rather have a guy that every time they touch the ball, they're going to get 5 yards instead of touching the ball, getting no yards, and then 20 yards. Like, I'd rather have the consistent production because you're moving the ball down the field than like hoping that every once in a while he hits a big one.
Yeah. I don't think it's an either or with Gibbs, though. I think he's pretty consistent, but also then sometimes he gets those big break off.
And I think Bijan's the same way. So yeah, it's hard. I think I guess to me, I feel like, and I don't even know this, but I feel like Bijan is built more like a running back. Like, I think he's bigger,
prototypical running back.
Yeah. 5'11", 215 versus Gibbs is like a smaller guy. I think I want to say 5'9" or 5'10" and like 200 or a little over 200 pounds.
5'9", 202.
Yeah. 5'9", 202 versus 5'11", 215. So I think Bijan is just maybe built to withstand a season more, but again, that's a dealer's choice. Kind of pick your poison.
Yeah, to be clear, Bijan's an absolute stud too. I'm not talking down on him.
We're talking 1 and 2,
right?
Barry Sanders 5'8", 203, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Me and Nate had this conversation,
dude.
Yeah, about a little bit shorter, but still
So is Gibbs your answer then, Nate, in that situation?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, personally, it comes down to hand size for me. Is Gibbs hand size is 9 1/4. So he's got 30.5-inch arms.
The Bears are moving out of Chicago, apparently. I don't know
all
the details on it, but I don't think it matters. They'll stay the Bears. They'll just,
Good riddance.
Whatever. I think the Jets are out of New Jersey. There's other teams that are in stadiums that aren't directly.
Yeah, the Bears organization said they want to be Chicago Bears, even though they're moving out.
Yeah,
I think it should become the Indian Bears.
Indian Bears?
The Indiana Bears. The
Myles Garrett is going to the Rams. He's probably there already. Are they the best team in the NFL?
I mean,
offensively,
they're probably my favorite to win it. Like, if I was just going to pick one, that would be them with that addition.
I think you have to.
Right. On paper, like right now, and
the
as
only
long
thing
as
that's
no one gets
scary
hurt.
is obviously, age. Old quarterback, old receiver.
And the other thing I heard too is that Garrett going to the team might inspire Aaron Donald to play for one more season. Which, could you imagine Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald on the same team?
If he's still got
everyone was saying that, but it's not
still
happening.
Alive. Yeah, maybe.
Aaron Donald posted a Snapchat with his girlfriend, and they were sitting on the couch watching movies, and he was like, "I am not coming back."
yeah.
He's like, "Where did this come from?"
Yeah, what the hell?
People were just like, "Imagine Aaron Donald back, dude."
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, or he mentioned it in passing to a buddy, and then all of a sudden, that guy tells a reporter that he knows, and like, they're reporting that he wants it, and it's like, dude, I was joking, bro. To me, that's a really, really crazy addition. They are the fantasy equivalent to like that team that's win now that's got Travis Kelce and Devontae Adams and whoever that. Well, I guess he's on the Rams too, but like that's got all the age, all the guys that are
Derrick Henry.
that are like ready to fall off a cliff any day now. That just continue to produce, but you're like, I'll take the production this year. They're like the NFL equivalent to that.
They are buying in what we would call.
Yeah. They're sending their picks. They're like, let's just win this year, win the Super Bowl.
Well, it's so funny because they took that. Fuck, what was his name in the first round? That
quarterback, Ty Simpson.
Yeah, Ty Simpson. It was like, I saw someone say that they got caught up in people saying that they are mortgaging their future, and then they did that, and then they're like, "Fuck
overthink it a little
Miles
bit."
Garrett anyways.
Right.
Because God, you would hope that they would have just got someone to help them this year,
weapon
if they were
or
really
whatever. Yeah, defensive
like
guy. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because I'm looking at like odds to win the Super Bowl this year, and like the Rams are way ahead of everybody else right now.
Yeah.
AJ
Brown to the Pats. Are they the best team in the AFC now?
I think they were before that. Wait, who else?
Or still? The Broncos, I think, were like the main competition. Houston, the Texans are the main. To me, those are the main. To me, they're already the best team in the AFC.
Texans have a better defense. The offense has to prove it. The Broncos now have Waddle, which I think is interesting, but their running back room is scary. J.K. Dobbins can never stay healthy. R.J. Hardy didn't do a whole lot.
Waddle can't stay healthy.
Yeah,
either.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, the Bills picked up DJ Moore this year.
I am really excited for Waddle to be there, though, because if he can, I mean, it's not like he's like Christian Watson type health. It's like,
no.
He did a lot of going in and out of the tent. Like he would come out and keep playing.
Yeah. I'm really excited for what that does for the Broncos because I think that really opens up Cortland Sutton. I think
to be a more possession guy. I agree.
Yeah.
I think that'll be big for him.
Yeah. Because
Waddle would be the deep ball
I
guy,
think Cortland Sutton's a solid receiver, but I don't think he's a number one. I think he'd be a hell of a number two on the team.
So your Broncos you think Broncos are the best team in the AFC right now?
I wouldn't say that. No.
You're making a case for it, so I'm just wondering.
I would say it's
I think it helps them. I mean, a lot of it is Jonah Coleman going to come in and make a stand for their running backs room.
A lot of projection. I know for a fact Ramondre had a good year last year. I know that
Dobbins is a stud when he's healthy, bro.
When he's healthy is key.
I know the Patriots upgraded their line. I know they just got a stud receiver. I know Drake May's been another year in the system. This is his first year with the same coordinator back-to-back years in his entire career from high school up to the pros. So I think that does a lot for him that he can kind of like stay at. Like to me, the Patriots I thought kind of were at least even or maybe slightly favorite. I think this puts them kind of firmly, but to be fair, I think it's the same thing as last year. I think the maybe the three best NFC teams are maybe still better than the Patriots. I think the NFC is still so strong that it's still scary.
Man. AFC looks really strong too because you got the Bills, you got the Patriots. Yeah, you don't know what Ravens team is going to be, and this year
the Ravens are
just
could
be so good and then so bad.
Yeah,
Bengals they're going to be healthy if they can be all healthy for 1 year. They can be.
Yeah,
then you
the Ravens had a
Bengals
defensive collapse last year too. On top of like if their defense would have at least been solid like it normally is, they're like known for having. Good defense.
And a new coach too.
Because Lamar was out for a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm getting at. Like, I feel like with Derrick Henry did well, but let's see.
Henry had a good year.
Ravens allowed the second most 20-plus yard plays in the league and producing just 30 sacks.
I know because I had their defense last year thinking they were going to be good, and they fucked
Usually
me
they're pretty
dominant. They always have good defensive linemen and stuff, but
they were.
I think they could have. I mean, the Steelers winning the division was kind of surprising to me, but
for sure,
huge. That's crazy.
The Ravens were like they were, like I said, broken all year. They were defensively weird. Then you had what's his name injured, Lamar Jackson.
Oh, it was the same for the Bengals too. It's like Burrow was down for
yeah.
a while, and then they got Flacco.
The Bengals have been limping for like 3 years now, trying to figure out injuries. It's been weird for them
and they paid so much with their offense, and then their defense just
on paper, they're like one of the best teams in the league offensively, and you just like they just can't get it together.
And when they do, though, you're gonna know. I mean, it's gonna be something else.
Just poor Joe Burrow, man. I wish they would let him go to a competent organization where he could maybe win a ring.
That's the main thing to me is like it's the story of the Brown, that's in the same division, but like the Browns and whoever else, the Jets, teams where you're like they have a lot of first round talent. They have all this stuff in place. They on paper should be good, and then at some point you have to start to factor in the organization is a problem. If you just year after year, you're not getting it done. You're not signing your players. You're not draft and develop kind of team. You want the big splashy move so that all the fans are happy and whatever. So they don't care that you're not winning and not putting money back into the organization. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know exactly.
I know what it is.
Okay, let's hear it.
They're both in Ohio.
Here we go.
That's part of it, but the Bengals are known cheap asses. They won't go and pay good coaches. Like that's what it comes down to.
It's fair. I don't know that to be true necessarily, but like
we looked it up. It was like they have like one of the lowest paid coaches in the league.
Okay. Like you mean salary wise?
Yeah. No, I'm saying they won't go and pay top dollar.
Gotcha.
For good staff.
So maybe we see some of the younger guys that are brought up in that building are then leaving for another job when other organizations would keep those good coaches in the building, maybe.
Well, I'm just saying getting a good coach in the first place, right? Like only the leftover guys who can't get good offers from elsewhere will come there for
they don't want to. I mean, well, I feel bad. I don't remember his name. Their first round pick last year or second round pick.
Who?
The Bengals second round pick. He was a defensive lineman. Shamar Stewart, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to pay. He was the last second round pick to sign. He held out. There was this whole drama last year about it. Crazy. And they ended up signing him, and then he ended up getting hurt pretty much right away, I think. Didn't really do much, but like they he wanted more guaranteed money, which from what I understand, he just wanted the same contract that other second round picks are getting, which is a little bit more guaranteed money now than it was. And they didn't want to guarantee the money, or they wanted to guarantee it against injury or whatever, which I guess now is kind of in hindsight fair on their point because he, I think, did get hurt. But yeah, no, they seem from afar like kind of a cheap organization that might not really be doing the best they can to get the most out of their team.
Do you guys think if they have another bad year, Zach Taylor is out? Like
I don't think he's a very good coach. So I've kind of thought that last year, and I think
imagine they went and made a real bid for fucking Ben Johnson, right?
Yeah,
or any of these all the big coaching changes this year. If they went and got like a real guy, like they just won't do it because they're cheap.
I feel like he should have been gone for. You know what saved his job is when they made it to the Super Bowl in 2021 because I'm looking at year by year his record. He went 2-14 his first year, 4-11 the second year, and then went to the Super Bowl his third year.
Joe Burr, dude, saved his job.
Saving him.
It did.
Yep. Riding his coattails. He's paying for his house right now, basically.
And in return, he destroyed his career for the foreseeable future.
I think if this year goes down just like the last few have, like very disappointing, barely making the playoffs or not making it at all, I think his job is kaput.
So
I think Aaron Glenn could be fired fairly quickly too if the Jets come out pretty bad.
It sucks.
It sucked so bad because he went.
I love Aaron Glenn.
I was looking and sorry, you're gonna have to cut this big ass pause out. I was reading the chat. So I was looking at something. It was like over under who gets more starts. Aaron Glenn as a coach or Geno Smith as the quarterback. Because it's like if they just do away with Aaron Glenn as the coach super quick, why would they not pull in Cade Klubnik to fucking try him out and see what they got? Do they invest in the quarterback next year, or do they see something there? I mean, obviously, I'm not saying they will see something there. They probably won't. He's probably dog water, but
To be fair,
give him some tries.
They kind of need to tank this year to get a good quarterback. Like, I mean, supposedly there's like 10 quarterbacks that are going to come out that are like first round talents next year. That never happens, but they need to have at least top 10 pick next year to make the talent on their team worth it. And plus they have a lot of picks in the first round this next year. So, I mean, it would be very beneficial if they did not win or they weren't one of the better teams. But
I mean, that doesn't even guarantee anything. You remember one Mr. Zach Wilson?
Right. Yeah, if I'm them, dude, with their quarterback, like how bad they are drafting quarterback, I would just use all my first round picks to draft all quarterbacks.
It's them all, dude.
Just take every quarterback
until the Falcons come in and snipe you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be probably the best draft class since 2020 because 2020 had Joe Burrow, Herbert, the
Drake May class had studs,
Drake May,
bro.
Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels. That's Bo
Nix, right? Like four very good, like I think good quarterbacks, right? Not just
and it was
average,
good or better, and it was unexpected too because not a lot of those guys were expected to be like really good.
I didn't think Bo
Nix Drake May and Jaden
personally.
Daniels were pretty, and Caleb Williams was a generational prospect, right? There were three.
Yeah, that was the year before.
But Bo Nix was kind of the I guess Sam Penix were kind of the standout.
It was literally 1, 2, 3. The Patriots had the third pick. They got Drake May, Jaden Daniels went 2, and Caleb Williams went 1.
Like they were all three very good prospects.
The year before was what? Bryson Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
And that year was crazy too because Bryce went first, and then Stroud went behind him.
That might have been the year before that. Actually,
so then who was?
In 2018 was also really good. Lamar Jackson,
so we're
Josh
talking
Allen.
24. No, 24 was Drake's. So 23, right?
2023.
Yeah, Caleb Williams. Dude, what a draft! This has to be one of the best. I mean, maybe whatever. Maybe we won't down the line. Caleb Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, Joe Alt, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Rome Odunze. Oh yeah, JJ McCarthy. That's kind of a swing and a miss.
Now dude. No, dude, that was
Brock
the best
Bowers, like a generational tight end. There was
I think that's the most stat class since I've been paying attention.
That's one of the.
Football.
I mean, and it Lad McConkey, Bo Nix.
Somebody offered me 2027. They want my 2027 second, and I have a good team for McCarthy. I was like, all right, no, I'm good.
I don't know why. What for? What reason?
I don't know
like, why would someone look at a good roster and be like, you know what? They're one JJ McCarthy away from winning a title.
It's an old man, dude, and he just has like super strong opinions. Like the one guy had Lad McConkey, and he's like, I really like Lad. He was like, I'll give you my 20. I'll give you my 26 first, my 27 first, and he offered like Devontae Adams too. So like 2 firsts and Devontae Adams for Lad McConkey, and that was
dude.
That was like after 1 year or something. Yeah, but we fucking vetoed it because it's like, dude, just because you're a retarded old man, dude, you're not just gonna stack this fucking team up, dude.
Yeah, that's brutal. That is really brutal. I was gonna say, like, obviously you smashed that, but yeah, it does kind of mess up the league a little bit when you're like that far off consensus. Because sometimes
it's Ross's home league, dude. I've made it into Ross's home league officially.
Wow, congratulations, dude.
Thank you.
Jerm wants in if there's any. Jerm wants in if there's any openings.
Dude,
keep him in mind.
Ross wants to learn his trade etiquette from this guy because this guy will and I don't get it because this guy will just give shit like. He's trying to give 2 firsts and whatever for Lad McConkey, but then he comes to me. He's like, "I give you McCarthy for that second," and I'm like, "Dude, What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I should pull up
McCarthy's
someone.
dead as fuck. He'll be lucky if he's a backup in 3 years.
Yeah, but also like you never seen Darnold coming out and being something. You know what
true.
I mean?
I just don't know that Sam Darnold had crazy arm talent. Like he was, he had the arm. It was just like he was overwhelmed by the Jets. I think the Jets just didn't support him very well.
I think the Jets is just a bad organization.
Right, it's another one.
How many years into his career did he have the resurgence? Because it wasn't until he got to Minnesota that people were like, oh,
I'll look right now.
So I would imagine, because he was a first rounder, I would imagine that they kept him for the first full 4 years, and I would imagine they would take his 5th year option so that they had leverage to trade him. Like, so my guess is year 5 he got
6
traded.
or 7 years
you both
before the resurgence.
You both are incorrect. So he was on the Jets for 3 years.
Really?
Then he went to Carolina for 2.
Right.
Then San Francisco. So year 7, he went to Minnesota.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, that's why I just said probably about 7 years.
But he was only on the Jets for 3 years.
That's wild.
So he got
that's crazy. I don't know. That's another misstep by them. Like I guess they made him play so bad that he wasn't worth anything.
His stats are ass.
Yeah, he was not good, dude. He was not
2,800 yards, 3,000, 2,200 yards, 2,500 yards. Yeah, dude, that is pretty ass.
So, just going back to the AFC North, we were kind of talking about like how they finished. Jay had mentioned it was really, really surprising. Pittsburgh actually finished first with 10 wins last year. That literally just wins their division and the NFC South. That runs away. The NFC South, the winner of the NFC South last year, the Panthers, won their division with 8 wins. So, I mean, that's not even really a reward. So the Steelers won their division with 10 wins, which is pretty embarrassing.
The surprising part isn't that they got 10 wins. That's pretty locked in. There it was with your boy there. But
middle of
the surprising
road,
part is that they won the division with 10.
Right, exactly. So Steelers were first, Baltimore second with 8 wins, Cincinnati third with 6 wins. Obviously, Burrow and all that, whatever. They had a lot going on.
Did Baltimore? Did the Ravens even make the playoffs last year? I don't think so.
The Ravens did not. Nope, they did not make the playoffs.
That's crazy.
And then obviously Cleveland last. So I'm gonna pose what I think probably we're all thinking in terms of how this finishes, and you just tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Cincinnati, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cleveland.
It really depends on if the Bengals, like I said, can stay healthy. That has been their problem.
If all is healthy, if everyone's healthy, Bengals are probably winning the division, right?
Yes.
I think it could be a toss-up between Bengals and Ravens because if Lamar's in form, if the new staff is good, and they're clicking on all cylinders again, I think it's pretty hard to call between those two. But for sure, one of those two on top.
I think the Steelers are going to be sneaky good this year too.
But it's going to be really hard to be better than Baltimore and Cincinnati. Obviously, anything can happen in divisional games.
Does the Ravens defense go back to being that good, or are they going to be? I mean, if their defense doesn't step it up, Lamar comes back in healthy, it's just going to be shootout after shootout if they don't have a defense this year. So it's going to be like they're going to be really good for investing in fantasy wise. But I'm also really big on the Steelers this year with Pittman now. Just like I said earlier, with Waddle kind of opening up Cortland Sutton a little bit, I think the same thing could apply for Pittman with Metcalf.
Yeah,
I think those two could feast together.
Yeah, as long as Rodgers can get him the ball.
That's fair. I'm just not excited for it at all.
You have a lot of faith in Aaron Rodgers then.
Yeah. And I think he can
that's
still
the
throw
scary
the ball.
part of the whole thing.
Right. He can still throw
the
the
ball.
ball.
Serviceable last year.
Right. Yeah. I think he'll get
the running
job
game
done
is kind of. I mean, Jalen Warren's okay. I mean, he's all right.
Right. Yeah, I'd be a little nervous about.
Well, they have Rico Dowdle now, which I'm also pretty high on.
Awesome. Rico Dowdle.
He looked. He did look very good.
Very 200-yard games. Not many guys have done that.
Yeah, I don't know
that's
that's like
there.
I don't know if
It's
that's
rare to
who
get
he
200
is.
yards. He did it back to back, dude.
I don't know if that's who he is. I think that's who he was last year. I don't know that's,
Why?
he
You think the Panthers just had a hell of a O-line?
Yeah, because I don't think
Or
that's the case.
you've never seen him do it before. It's not like he's like just running
yeah,
wild.
but
He
but
was
when
on
have you
the
seen?
He
I mean,
didn't
he
have
was on the
opportunities.
Cowboys, and he didn't. When he touched the ball with the Cowboys, he was decent.
yeah, but he wasn't running for 200 yards. He wasn't
Again,
running
he
for
didn't
100
get the
get
yards.
handed the
opportunity.
ball.
Yeah, you don't.
He,
If you,
I mean,
you
he had
can't-
That
more
was the
yards
first year
without
we've
being
seen
the
him
bell cow.
actually touch the ball a bunch.
Yeah.
That's
That's
he
true.
has more yards in his final year with the Cowboys than he did last year with
Yeah, but he was also splitting touches with
Panthers.
Chuba. How many attempts with
Okay,
the
I'm looking.
Cowboys versus attempts?
He had
I'm-
235 on his last year with the Cowboys. He had 236 in Carolina.
So one more attempt last year.
Yep.
How many yards each of those years?
They're 3 yards apart. He has more in Dallas.
So
3 yards
more
apart,
yards.
so they're damn the same.
Yeah,
It's
literally the
exactly
same, except he
How
had
many
2
yards was it
boom
though?
weeks.
You didn't say.
1,079, 1,076.
So yeah, like getting on 200
I
something
mean-
carries, getting 1,000 yards is solid.
It's just concerning because like why are they moving him so much? Because 1,000 yards, like why are you getting rid of him out of Dallas and then he goes another 1,000 yards? Why is he leaving Carolina? Like what's going on with that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, I don't think he'll be bad, but I think projecting him too much more. I mean, again, you don't need more than 1,000 yards out of a running back if you have the receiving options that the Steelers
You're
have.
happy to get 1,000 yards. Out of
Yeah,
your
so you'll take
running back.
1,000. Like I don't think it's bad, but I'm not like, holy shit, they have Rico Dowdle. Like they're going to be
I
an
like
elite
him.
running game. But
I like
I mean-
Dowdle too. I'm still not super excited for the Steelers, but like as a player, I do like Dowdle.
yeah,
I just think, I mean, obviously, I think Dowdle is an improvement over Kenneth Gainwell.
okay. A lot
Do
of
you
people
not?
really like. I think they're probably interchangeable.
I think Gainwell is probably
People
a little
really
bit
like
better at
Gainwell.
pass catching.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
he Gainwell led the Steelers last year in receptions.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean.
Which
I think
is
there's a lot of people that really like Gainwell. They just really
Yeah.
like his upside and whatever. He's another guy though that, as a kind of backup, could be your number one running back. Bounces around the league a lot, kind of like a journeyman running back, if you will, kind of similar to some of those quarterbacks.
Well, I think if Bucky has a bad time over there, that old Gainwell could do really well.
Shine.
Yeah, catching
Yep.
a lot of passes.
Yeah.
I think the same with Rashad White over at his building.
Yeah. So do we think Cincinnati added Dexter Lawrence, who's the Pro Bowl defensive tackle from the Giants. Do we think that makes their defense better enough that he's and then they also drafted again a defensive end that is not signed yet. He's one of the only remaining, one of the 2 remaining defensive ends not signed, second round guy. But they drafted another defensive end. They got a defensive tackle. Do you think they'll be a little better against the run, and that'll, make their defense good enough that they can contend with a team that could be pretty explosive, like the Ravens, or Jay suggesting the Steelers? Do you think that the Bengals defense is good enough that their offense will be able to thrive? And
look, it's a move in the right direction, but they're such a dumpster fire that I don't think that it's right. Like it's not going to be some crazy night and day difference.
Yeah.
Now their offense is so good that maybe it gives them enough of an edge that they can go deep, but it's not. I don't think it's going to be some massive change.
That being said, it can't be any worse than last year for them.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they had one of the worst defenses in the league. Adding the Pro
the
Bowler
AFC North.
Yeah, totally.
And the AFC North, the Browns actually led defensively wise, and then the Bengals were second, Steelers, and then Baltimore, that's what makes this division so hard for me to call. Because
what do you mean?
I think if the Ravens don't basically points per game allowed is what I'm looking at.
Wow, and it was all that division?
What do you mean? No, because the Browns have 379. The Bengals have 492 points against them last year. It's 120 more points.
Points per game allowed for the 2025 season. Cleveland Browns were at 18.4.
Okay.
The Bengals were at 22.3. The Steelers were at 22.8, and the Ravens were at 23.6.
For here, for ESPN, for the standings, for just points allowed, just overall in the season, it has the Cowboys at number 1 with 511, then the Jets at 503, then the Bengals at 492, and then the Browns are 379. They're like
that's
they're
not
like
even like
midway through the league. It's like
they're like in the middle,
halfway down the list. So per game, I don't know, but
I just think if the Ravens defense don't bounce back, they're going to have a lot of shootouts, which is fun, especially for fantasy. Obviously, the Browns, like the Browns are obviously they're not going to fucking win the league. It's interesting there. I mean, they could have some fantasy relevance with Judkins and whatnot, but I just think with the defenses, it's so hard for me to call. If the Bengals or if the Ravens defense can bounce back, I think they have a decent shot if Lamar stays healthy. They finally added some. I mean, obviously they've had Mark Andrews, but they got Jacoby Lane now. He's going to be one of those bigger bodied receivers. I think could be a nice, easy end zone target for Lamar. Who?
Surratt.
Surratt's on the Panthers.
No.
Surratt's on the Baltimore.
I'm going to say I think they did draft two of the rookies this year.
The Panthers got Brazel.
Elijah Surratt.
Yeah. Who? I'm thinking of
Brazel.
What's his name? Yeah, Brazel. I don't know how big Surratt is. I was high on Jacoby Lane, so I've looked into him a lot more. I don't know as much about Surratt, but
I think they're similar. I think they're similar size guys.
They are very similar. That's why people were saying one of them could take on the Likely role, possibly.
It blows my mind that they got rid of Likely and kept Andrews, though.
Yeah, that's a weird decision.
We were talking about that the other day. It was weird.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe they just know they didn't want to pay, and they're already paying a tight end. But yeah, and you didn't know if you could get out from under Andrews' contract. I don't know what he was on his contract. Or
maybe
whatever,
they just really like Mark Andrews in Baltimore. Like he's just like a really
Lamar
cool
likes him a lot. Who knows? Yeah, who knows?
I mean, I think Mark Andrews is pretty good. Obviously, he's getting older.
I mean, he's been solid for sure.
Yeah, I feel like every time we talk about Mark Andrews, we're like, man, he must be really fucking old.
Dude is really not that
and he's
old.
like 30 or something.
Dude is going to turn 31 this year. I feel like he's been 31 for 5 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's what's surprising. I guess it doesn't surprise me as much because, it does feel like he's fucking pushing 40 at this point.
But he was so good for 5 years in a row, tight end one, just unstoppable. You needed him on your team, and now all of a sudden.
He has been declining, but I mean, Likely also was stepping in. They were kind of sharing, the role there for the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, one of the last 2 years, he got in a car accident early in the season. I know there was talk about that making affecting him negatively.
That was last year. The car accident was last year. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, Jay, then I guess so. Corey and Jerm, you would say Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, Browns, yeah.
Well, interchangeably, either the Bengals.
But if you had
to
put a bet on it right now,
in a perfectly healthy season,
right? Everyone's healthy. Just making a bet.
I think the Ravens had a. I think they had
I would probably go the same.
I think they had a really weird year last year.
The bet's on just winning record. I would probably have to, if I was going to place a bet, I would have to look at each individual team's records and try to think, okay, win, loss. I think fantasy-wise, I think obviously the Bengals, if Burrow stays healthy, it's almost better you want the Ravens defense to be shit so they get into some shootouts. Lamar gets back to form. He rushes the ball a little bit for you. Maybe one of these other receivers opens up a little more for Zay Flowers or just Lamar in general.
There's also the different years, a defense, it might be more the identity that the defense takes on just with the coaching staff, and it's a different year. Maybe there's better camaraderie. the guys that are on the defense are like elite level talented athletes that came from college that were some of the best guys on their college teams.
Yeah.
So you have all this talent. To me, a lot of the times the coaches have to get the most out of them, and the Ravens just clearly they fired Harbaugh. So clearly there was something going on there. Maybe
I think
that whips things up. Same thing with the Bengals. Maybe for some reason, I don't know if they fired anybody, but like maybe it's just a different year. They get off to a good start in the beginning, and they just ride that wave through the season. Like I think that's possible. Like it's not just what did you change on the defense, but like is it just going to be a better?
Wasn't that a big thing last year with the Bengals? Like something with preseason and them not running the starters. Like
yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember specifically.
I mean, it was pretty well known that Lamar and Harbaugh didn't like each other at all. So, there could have been locker room stuff.
I didn't know that.
Players.
Yeah, that was one of the things where they're like, they did not get along at all, which that's.
Yeah. So, there could have been locker room stuff, team cohesion stuff, right? If there's stuff like that going on.
Totally. Yes. That is very possible. So who knows? I think so. I think we all have it, Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, Browns. I mean,
if I had to pick, but I think it's a toss-up between the Bengals.
Yeah, totally. I think the top two.
I think best case scenario for the Steelers is they win 10 games again. Like that's where I put, the best case.
Right, but if those other two teams play well, I don't think they're even going to be close.
I will say that it could be a toss-up between the two. I personally think Bengals, Ravens, that's how it's going to land.
Yeah.
But I can almost guarantee you it's going to be Steelers then Browns at the 3-4.
Yeah, Browns locked in for last, bro.
No
way.
Who do you guys think starts for them starting the season? You think Deshaun comes back and starts?
That's the talk of the town.
They're starting. They sound like they're committing to Watson for whatever godforsaken reason. But
yeah.
I don't think he finishes. That's for sure.
I think he finishes a lot, dude.
Shador comes in.
I think dude, it's gonna. He has been so awful. Even before his ACL, dude, he was just completely worse in the league. Awful, like Anthony Richardson bad. And to think he's gonna come back and have a resurgence after an ACL is just crazy to me.
Yeah. All right.
Is there anyone who you think that's on the Brown is fantasy relevant for this coming year?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think Concepcion, Fannin, and Judkins all could be relevant.
Judkins,
I'm reluctant to buy in because I think the offense is going to be so bad. But I think any one of those guys.
Well, I mean, even with the Jets being as bad as they were last year, like Garrett Wilson was a hell of a pickup for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what everyone gets off these bad offenses.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to pass the ball. Someone's going to get yardage. Every once in a while, they're going to get touchdowns. But, that's the scary thing about the Browns is they're going to be bad, and there's not, an alpha there like the Jets had last year with Garrett Wilson. We all knew that Garrett Wilson was going to get fucking just peppered with targets. It's scary now with the two new rookies with the Browns.
I'm pretty bought in on Concepcion, dude. I think he's pretty talented he was my clear number 4 in the draft, Miles. It was a big tier break after, the top 3 guys, then him, then
I like
big tier break, and the next few guys.
His only thing for a lot of people was just that his drops were a little bit higher than you'd want them to be.
The next Quentin Johnston, dude.
Yeah.
In 3 years, he'll be catching the ball from some new quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
is it just me or is Justin lagging a bit?
No.
I didn't notice it.
I didn't notice
just me then.
Yeah.
I must be lagging then.
So I want to do a little. I'm not going to have any.
That's the good thing about Riverside is everything's on our own end. So when it uploads, it'll all come in clear
for sure.
Yeah.
So I had a little game I wanted to play. We're not going to have any unfortunately, any visual cues or anything for the people at home.
One thing, hold on, before we go ahead, I got one thing I want to say about the Browns. I think this will be the year that I know that Joku is basically non-existent. I think Harold Fannin is gonna absolutely take his job. Is he gone?
He got traded.
He's on the Chargers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just kidding.
He did take his job in the past
Never
tense. He
mind.
took
Yeah, he
it.
took his job. You're right, Corey.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
What a good
prediction.
Let's
see if I can pull up.
I liked Fannin a lot last year.
I think Fannon's going to be really good.
Do you think
I'll say that.
Njoku does anything at the Chargers, or why did they buy into him?
I don't know.
No.
Maybe
Is
they
it
want to
to
run a
use
lot of
him as-
12.
Are they using him as a pass blocker? I mean, he's a big-bodied guy, and they use Gadsden as the. I've heard multiple things. I've heard basically what I was just saying is they wanted Njoku there as the pass blocking big body, and they used Gadsden as like the receiving tight end.
Yeah, that could be it.
I mean,
I
who
think
knows?
Gadsden's going to be the main guy there for sure.
yeah, I agree with that. I think Njoku's a little dusty. It's not often that a rookie just comes in and dethrones a guy that is like thought of as a decent
And
tight
Njoku has
end,
not
yeah.
been the same since he blew up his face with that
Yeah.
firework.
I forgot
You
about
know, I
that,
think-
dude.
Remember he wore a mask?
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
remember that. That was
Dude,
wild. I forgot.
It was like a white mask too. Like he white faced the crowd. It was like
It was like
this is
the
a little weird.
Phantom of the
dude.
Opera. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
He is the
It-
Phantom of.
It's just the trend of the league, the 2 and 3 tight end shit that like everyone's starting to do.
Yeah,
like
we'll run the
everyone
12
wants to
personnel
have
and
a
then-
couple of usable tight ends for that.
And then
Yeah.
in theory, you're like, oh, and we can run out of this and then play action out of this. And honestly, most teams don't do it very well.
It only works if your tight end is also good at catching the ball, right? So you can do you have the option to do either. That's when it's good, right? When they don't know what you're going to do out of it. But when
Yeah.
you don't have that and you're like, well, they're just going to run. We know they're
Right.
just going to
Right.
run. No one can catch the
Yeah.
ball.
Right. Or
Yeah.
we know they're going to pass when the tight end's in because he can't block. Or we
Yeah.
hope
I
they,
think-
they hope they run. We're going to blow it up.
The Bears have a good shot of pulling it off with. They just got that new rookie tight end.
Mhm.
I can't think of his name right now. But then they have
Who?
Loveland, and then they have
They still have Komet.
Komet. They have
Yeah.
Komet still as well. I think the Lions with Conklin. I think a lot of people forgot about Conklin. I think the Lions could pull it off. I think the Raiders with Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers.
Yep.
Like there are teams out there that I think will do it, and I think they'll do it
the
really
Giants.
well.
The Giants was
also-
likely, especially with
Giants
Neighbors out. Yeah.
Theo and Likely and Theo. Yep, I like
Well,
that. I
Lions-
didn't even think of them.
Lions also, we have Brock Wright too, and he's not too bad.
Yeah.
We
We-
have three.
I think we got a new rookie tight end as well.
Zach Horton.
All right, we got a game going on. Let's see what we got going on.
All right,
here.
all right.
Dun-dun-dun. All right, I'm going to do it on my whiteboard. What we're going to do is we're going to make the best fantasy team we can out of the AFC North.
Ooh, okay.
So we're going to start with quarterback. Are we taking Lamar Jackson or Joe Burrow? This is just standard scoring. We're going to go
Aaron
PPR.
Rodgers.
So 4-point passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
Standard score.
4-point,
Yeah. Lamar
um,
then.
It's gonna be
Jalen
Lamar.
Green.
yeah.
Lamar, everyone's good with Lamar, right?
It's going to
Yeah, I
be
think
Lamar for fantasy.
If we're just going
yeah.
for fantasy, Lamar with the rushing upside is
Okay.
yeah, it's just
not
so
even
insane.
close. Running back,
Agreed.
If it
So,
were 6-point passing touchdowns, I might
Maybe
sway
Burrow,
me
yeah.
to Burrow. Yeah,
Right.
but otherwise,
um,
what
so
do we-
we'll,
are we-
we'll do two
Oh, no, it's
running
not.
backs just
Two
as like a
running
fantasy lineup. So we're going to
Okay.
take
Derrick
Derrick
Henry.
Henry for sure.
Yeah,
Clearly.
Henry is.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Oh God, and then what?
Adam Randall.
no,
Can I have Henry
Chase
for
Brown.
both of them?
Chase Brown
yeah,
to
Chase
me
Brown.
is
Yeah.
Chase
Brown. Yeah.
my only. I know you might say Dowdle, but after that, say Derrick Henry was not in this. I would say Chase Brown and Quinshon Judkins. I know maybe Jay you would say
I love
Dowdle.
Judkins.
Yeah.
I love Judkins. He's
Yeah.
just one of those guys that appeals to me because he's a true runner.
Yeah,
He's
it's
just-
like Chubb-esque,
it's
like
Chubb
kind
Yeah,
of similar
2.0,
to
dude.
Chubb. Yeah.
Yeah.
same team that he's
Funny he ends
I
up in-
love Judkins, dude.
It's funny he ends up there.
I
All right,
like
we're-
Chubb a lot too when he was
I
prime.
love
He was good stuff
Chubb was
on.
one of my favorites. Derrick Henry at one point was one of my favorites, and now Judkins I think is following suit with it. I hope he comes back, and I hope he's good because I really enjoyed watching him last year.
Yeah.
I honestly, you say okay. Back to the quarterback. You say you want Lamar Jackson, but wait till you get to the wide receivers here, because you'll have a sick grouping. Because who is the wide receivers? You know,
Yeah.
we
about
go,
to
Zay,
find out.
we go Zay Flowers, Jamar Chase.
Literally, like those are the two. Those are
Yeah.
the two you want.
Yeah.
Well, do you like Zay or Higgins better?
Oh, Zay, 100%. It's a one.
Zay,
No question.
is a one.
There's a big trend that I've heard a lot of people talk about, and I've noticed myself. It's that the wide receiver ones are really separating from the wide receiver twos.
Okay.
T. Higgins is one of the few guys that you could make the argument
George
for.
Pickens.
And
there is a big drop
Higgins
off,
and Pickens, but
as
the rest of the
right,
wide receivers, too, especially, it's because of all the 12 personnel bullshit going on.
And what's his name on Philadelphia?
God, I hope George Pickens holds up this year.
As of right now, though, on Sleep, I'm looking at Sleeper on their 2026 projections. It does have Zay Flowers projected for 10 more fantasy points in the season.
Then
T. Higgins.
Yeah, I would have put him ahead of him, seeing the projection or not. I think Zay is very talented, and he's the clear one there. And if the offense bounces back, he could have a huge year. I'm way into Flowers.
I don't remember when we talked about this,
third
but
or
I
fourth
do
round.
remember someone saying Zay Flowers finished wide receiver 7 last year, and I almost
He had
pissed
1,200
myself.
yards.
I did not believe that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, that was
he had a great finish last year.
hourly scoring too. I don't know if that's the same in the regular scoring, but
he finished really well last year. He did.
I'm really into Zay though. Like, I like him a lot, especially
Top
where
10 is crazy.
I mean, I like T. Higgins too, but he had 11 touchdowns. That's tied for second place for most touchdowns as a wide receiver last year.
Touchdowns are the hardest thing to predict, though. Touchdowns are just so
they can
year
be all
in,
over the
year out.
place.
They're
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that's
the last 2 years
thing.
he's had 10 and 11, which is
all right. Tight end, boys. What do we think?
Tight end is what I was trying to think about, because did we go Fannin here?
Go Fannin. He has projected the most points. Then we have Mark Andrews, Pat Freiermuth, the newly signed Darnell Washington. I mean,
Darnell Washington will put Muth right out of his. Muth's done, dude.
Well, they're not. I think they're going to run 12, Justin. They're both going to be on the field 100%.
Yeah, but I think Darnell Washington, Pittman, Metcalf, I think they're just endowed, dude.
Well, yeah, it's going to be those 3 guys plus Freiermuth. It's going to be 2 tight ends and 2 receivers. That's what's going to be on the field. That's what they're going to play out of.
Yeah, they're going to want more protection for Rodgers. They're going to want like a more condensed formation, I think.
And it's just going to be Rico Dowdle rushing for 400 yards every week.
And then hitting Metcalf over the top and then dinking little passes over the middle to Pittman.
Yeah, but what about Mike Gesicki?
He is always, for some reason, relevant.
So solid.
But yeah, he's always relevant.
I think didn't he get injured?
Yeah,
because
he was hurt last year.
Last year, before the season started, me and Nate traded away Geno Smith and Mike Gesicki for George Pickens.
Yeah.
And
so he missed.
At that point, it's like, all right, well, Mike Gesicki must have been something special.
He got
at this
hurt
point.
in week 6, and he didn't play again until week 12.
Yeah, so he really
missed a
up.
chunk of the season.
Big bounce back for Gesicki.
And guess what? Along the same lines of, he's probably 47 years old. He is 30 years old.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's old. He just feels old because it feels like he's been around, because he bounced around.
He
He was at the Dolphins, he was at the
teams.
Patriots, and then here.
It's clearly Andrews or Fannin, right? Like, it's one of those two.
So
for
they
me.
they took Eric All. Everyone wanted Eric All
That's
to be
who I
their
was
guy.
trying to think of.
They drafted Jack Endries this year, who was one of the guys that was like a receiver and with a little bit of receiving upside. Tanner Hudson has been okay for them in the past, like just to fill a role. But I think Gesicki, I think rapport-wise, I think Gesicki has the most upside.
One day I made over $700 betting on Tanner Hudson to have a touchdown. I think it was Tanner Hudson.
Big fan of Tanner Hudson on the channel.
Well, they tried a deep ball to Tanner Hudson like first quarter, and I don't know if the pass was bad or he dropped it or something, but I'm like, dude, who is this fella? Hudson? I'm like, all right, let's put I don't remember. I was drinking that day, and I was like, let me put $50 on this guy to get a touchdown.
Jesus Christ.
And a couple quarters later, they bombed the guy. Mm-hmm. That was the same thing happened with what is it, Josh Oliver for the Vikings? I think it's Justin or Josh. Same thing with him. I seen them try a deep ball to him early in the game, and it didn't work, and I was like, all right, let's bet it.
So we're good with Fannin. We're good with Fannin on the board for tight end.
Yeah, defense. We can't just say the Browns because Myles Garrett's gone now.
I was about to say it would have been the Browns if
this is where I'm interested to see what you guys have to say.
Some divisions, this might be easy. For this one, it's like it really depends. It's so weird. Usually you would say the Ravens. You almost every year.
Ceiling outcome, it's the Ravens, right? Yeah. But they just had such an implosion last year.
Also, the Steelers always have like a decent defense too, though.
Yeah,
last year they
weren't, but yeah.
I'm probably still banking the Ravens on bouncing back with new.
I would if I was a betting man. I'm not. I would take the Ravens here to bounce back.
I think so too.
Yeah.
The Browns had an okay defense in terms of points allowed last year.
Because of Myles Garrett, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be night and day.
No, I know. I agree. I'm just saying based off last year. Yeah, I would take the Ravens. The offenses
against them, literally, like they had a specific game plan because they're playing against Myles Garrett. Without him there, dude, it's gonna be open season.
Yeah. I mean, but they got Jared Verse now.
True.
Their
one
defense,
for one replacement.
Their defense did. So whatever, it's so crazy. The Bengals. I'm thinking I'm looking at the
what a team.
North. I'm looking at the AFC North
bad.
at all, and I'm looking at the defense for Bengals, dude. How did they let 492 points in when their division is so ass?
Yeah,
like last year. How do you let that many points in against the Steelers? That is they won.
Did you not see Darnell Washington run that ball?
Dude,
his 7-foot, 400-pound ass.
Yeah, so
you need 6 guys to bring him down, dude.
Gesicki and Washington are both guys that I like in best ball because they're always there in the 18th round. If you don't have your third tight end yet, you can grab either one of them. I think
they also have boom weeks. It seems like you just need them to do well a couple weeks, and that's all.
So we did say. I just want to bring this, not that it's hypocritical or anything, but just as a thought experiment. We did say we thought the Bengals would win the division, and 4 of these positions, including the defense, is Baltimore. We only have Chase and Brown.
Don't put words in my mouth. I said it was a toss-up between the Ravens and the Bengals. That was my stance on it, and we had the pick, and we picked the.
If you had the pick, and if you had the pick, that's what you'd bet.
If I was because I think it goes back to the defense. You can have teams just shooting it out, dude. There can be teams that just score high as fuck but still lose. It just comes down to win-losses.
Yeah, fantasy and real life isn't the same thing.
No, I totally agree. I just wanted to bring it up because we do have most of this board as the Ravens, and we did say the Bengals, and we just
because if I wanted a new quarterback for the Lions, and my choices were Burrow or Jackson, I think I would
take Burrow.
One Joe Burrow.
Yeah, me too. I agree. 100%. It's just more consistent. Again, he knows how to throw the ball almost better than any quarterback. To me,
then again,
throws one of the nicest balls.
Lamar Jackson and the Lions would be sick.
Have you not seen Jared Goff throw a ball?
Just one of the best. One of, topic for another day maybe, but
one of the best pure passing quarterbacks.
And Stafford.
I think the problem is his deep ball.
Because he came from Detroit.
Okay.
His deep
ball. Going to take all the
best,
credit for his career. Because
his mid passes though 20 yards.
Do not call him mid.
20 yard passes. He's perfect at. He's so good at those. Yeah. It's because Amon Ra is such a good route runner.
But it's because J-Mo's so fast, he outruns it, dude.
Yeah.
If Goff had a deep ball, I would agree. But I think guys like Burrow and Drake May and
for sure.
I hate to say this, but I feel like Goff is very similar to Brady in a lot of those ways. Very accurate.
I would agree there. Yeah,
Can't move around, but
very good.
Doesn't have the best deep ball, but gets the job done. Yeah, I don't know. That's
very handsome.
Rich.
They both kiss their kids on the lips.
All right. Anyone else got anything before we sign off here?
No, I think that was great, man.
Cool.
Good stuff. I like the new game. I'm glad you kept that a secret from me because I was really happy to see
I did mention it in the Discord, but
Nope, didn't hear you.
I like that it was a surprise to you.
Yes.
So yeah, we're
I've
gonna
been
kind
so
of
busy I didn't read the Discord.
we're gonna
so.
kind of stick with the format for the rest. We may speed up and have episodes where we have 2 divisions if we're if we feel like we're running it. But for now, for the foreseeable future, we'll hit news and then we'll run into a division and just kind of go from there.
That sounds good. We have plenty of time.
I don't think we're getting too done, dude. There's so much we could talk more Browns right now.
No,
yeah, dude.
I know. Yeah, I feel like there's enough topics to go off of, but yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining, everybody. Guys, thanks for coming, Corey and Jerm and Jay and me. Thanks for hanging out and chatting
Thanks
football.
for hosting.
Yeah, thanks for also hosting.
Yeah,
I'll never come on this program again.
We didn't agree with his takes, dude.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.
Good episode. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.